Crafted is a balanced team consultancy, so we work with growth stage startups all the way to enterprise companies, pair with the teams, help them build software, but also teach our best practices at the same time. So the Balance team is made up of product management, design, and then engineering. The product management role really is representing the business.
I'm an engineer, so we are computer programmers that work directly with developers from other clients to help with enablement and delivery.
And design is really about taking a ton of information and distilling it in a way that makes sense.
On the product design side, we use user-centered design methodologies, which really talks about validating and doing research up front so that you understand the problem space. You then drive that understanding of the problem into solutions. You validate and test those solutions early and often.
You know, a lot of people think design is making it pretty, but I like to say that design is actually 4 pieces. And so visual design is the part that's like, okay, what does it look like? Interaction design, which is, you know, how's it gonna work? There's UX design, which is how is someone gonna move through this flow? And then there's product design, because we're really here to make sure that we're solving the right problem, that we're building the right product to begin with.
As an engineer, working with a designer close by is really fantastic because I can always ask clarifying questions and figure out why we have a particular user requirement, which helps me get in the user's head and helps me build a better user experience.
We definitely want to be iterative and show constant progress, constant iterations of our prototypes and our designs.
We're really focused on developing as much value for the user as quickly as possible. Product management really defines and articulates the product strategy. We're responsible for the roadmap, so really the future vision and strategy. A lot of the work that we do too is working with the stakeholders, communicating, making sure that they're up to date, feel good, and that the business needs are being really represented in the product.
You need the product person in there to really prioritize, bring out the business cases, because everyone in the organizations are going to have different priorities. So product does a really good job about sussing out what is really the ultimate priority that we should focus on next.
We work in lean product methodologies.
Lean product management focuses on how can we de-risk an idea as quickly as possible. One way we do that is with experimentation and testing. Another thing that we focus on is just really rigorous prioritization of getting products to the market as quickly as possible.
So by shipping in really small iterative slices, we can measure the user feedback, the stakeholder feedback, improve, and really ship that and make sure that that value gets out to the users as quickly as possible.
Engineering then is the builders of it, the crafters of the actual software. So they really sweat the implementation details and they want to build great, reliable software that's easy to use, you know, as it's designed, but also reliable.
Crafted practices, agile development. And really what this means to me is that we practice iterative development and we're able to kind of pivot depending on changing requirements at any time.
And when you talk about agile engineering methodologies, we focus heavily on XP, which is extreme programming. That's where 2 engineers are solving a problem together, right at the, instantaneously. So there's not a lot of rework, there's not a lot of throwing ideas away days or weeks later. And then the other things that they really focus on give us a lot of confidence in deploying software quickly. And
Test-driven development really helps enable continuous delivery and continuous deployment. So that is definitely one of the things that gives me the greatest confidence of being able to deploy multiple times in the middle of the day to millions of users without having to sweat about it.
I was amazed with how quickly you could ship software and how seamless it was, and you didn't have to worry about it. You didn't have to have your engineering teams up at night and on weekends and then putting out fires the next day.
The foundation of the Balance team, we always say, is trust, transparency, and flexibility.
The 3 different disciplines can really help each other understand what the other discipline needs to do and why.
The collaboration between the different disciplines, if done efficiently, really shortens feedback loops, allows us to get to the problem and to the solution as quickly as possible.
Balance teams bring the most efficiencies to building softwares. Please head to our website to learn more about us.